to you how to use the scenery configurator. This feature allows you to set up your environment, positioning, and number of characters and media on the stage. The main advantage of the feature is to allow you to set up the scenery as precisely as possible according to your needs. Let's see how it works. In this tutorial, we will create a new background in VTS Editor. First, let's create a new scene, and in its configuration, let's click on Create a Scene. An interface appears on the left side of the screen. Let's click on the miniature scene in the menu to choose an image. Here, we choose an outdoor setting. It is possible to set up three important elements: the scenery, the characters, and the media in separate tabs. Let's start with the scenery. In the 3D scene, you have the possibility to set the brightness. Indeed, with the help of the different sliders, you can position the sun in front, behind, to the left, or to the right of the characters. The brightness will have an impact on the characters' shadows. Now let's set up the characters in the scene. To do this, let's select the Character tab in the configurator. In our case, we add two characters to our scenery, adding the second using the plus button. For each character, you can set its horizontal, vertical, or depth positioning. Two icons allow you to easily position your character. The first icon allows you to move your character horizontally and in depth. Characters move by simple drag and drop. The second icon allows you to adjust the vertical positioning of your characters in the scene. Similarly, after selecting this mode of positioning, drag and drop your character at the desired height. We position our first character in the foreground. Then we select the second character to move it. We first choose to position it on the left in the background using the first Move button. Other positioning options allow you to refine your configuration on each character. By default, the characters are standing, but you can place them in a sitting position using the corresponding button. The next button allows you to define whether a character is active or not, in the sense that he can speak and look at the player, or that he is just a simple extra in the scenery. If you uncheck the icon, the character will not look at the other characters and the characters who are talking. The following icon allows you to reposition the character in its default configuration. Finally, a cursor allows you to adjust the character's rotation around its vertical axis. The third tab allows you to set the media of the scenery. We add a media by pressing the plus icon. You can position a media in the same way as a character. For our example, we will position a media on the ground. We use the icon on the left to position it horizontally and in depth. Then we use the second positioning icon to determine the vertical position of the media. An additional setting allows you to change the media rotation. We use it here to pin our media to the ground. Finally, it is possible to set the media size by setting its length and width. For shortcut enthusiasts, it is possible to use Alt, Ctrl, and Shift keys on the keyboard and mouse buttons to position your characters and media. The legend of the shortcuts is visible at the bottom of the screen as soon as you select a character or media. The shortcuts light up when you use them. We can now validate the configuration of the scenery, which redirects us to the configuration of the scene, in which we can then choose which characters to integrate. Our scenery is automatically saved to the scenery catalog for use elsewhere in the project.